Hey YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm doing a deck profile for you here today. This is on, obviously, a Link Joker deck. This build is built around this guy, Twin Binary Star, or Binary Star Twin Gunner, I mean. So that, like, backwards. Alright, so, obviously, this deck isn't quite as strong as Chaos Breaker, but this deck is still pretty cool and fun if you ever wanted to build an alternative to playing Chaos Breaker. So this deck's still pretty cool. It hits heavy. It hits harder in terms of numbers. It doesn't put your. It never really. You never really try to triangle lock with this deck. So your opponent usually has a vanguard attack and a rearguard attack. However, that vanguard's attack is usually just a very weak attack where you can 10 guard it for a 2 to pass. So I'll get started. For our starter, we're using White Knight Fenrir. The reason we use this card is because it does not counterblast and it moves to the soul, and the effect is not terrible because you get the draw. But yeah, because this guy does not involve counterblasting and he moves to the soul is why we're using him, because the twin or the binary star, he needs you to counterblast 2 and soul blast 2. So your counterblasts are needed and you need to be able to put cards into the soul as well. So that explains that. For our trigger lineup, there's 7 crits, 5 draws, and 4 heal. For our grade 1s, we have 4 of our 8k vanilla. The reason we're running him in here is the deck doesn't need, this isn't an archetype deck basically, so you're not going to need to do that. You don't need him to have the name, and his 8k actually helps contribute to better numbers. That's basically it. And as far as Link Joker goes, our other alternatives, like our on-call drop and draw, or trying to play the archetype cards, they don't contribute as much as this guy does, where he can just make better columns. So then we have our 4 perfect guard. We have 4 of our Demon Claw. He just contributes numbers. Every time that you use Binary Star, you're locking 2 cards at once. So this guy will become an 11 when you do that. So yeah. And then we have 2 of our last grade 1, the Eagle. Basically, we are just using him to hit a good number with the Vanguard. Him behind Binary Star hits 21. If you use Binary Star, you're hitting 26. So then we have our 4 Dengue Vanillas. Again, this deck doesn't have a lot of options in terms of like great effects that it can utilize, so we're just utilizing him because of his good number. Then we have 4 of our claws. Yeah, he is just to hit good numbers. When you use Binary Star and he's on the field, he'll hit 13. So if you have the 8 behind him, he's hitting 21. Or if you have Demon Claw behind him, he's hitting 24. So, and then we have 3 Colony Maker. Colony Maker, the way you usually want to use it is to search out the Eagle behind the Vanguard, just to set up a good number. So, and then we have 4 of our Break Ride and 4 Binary Star. Yeah, the deck hits good numbers and stuff. You can get your opponent into lock mode and just keep hitting them for big numbers out of your rear guards and your vanguard. Like, you can attack with a rear guard column and then attack with Binary Star, move the booster from that rear guard column in so that you get to keep the interceptor, but then you hit the next stage of your attack. So Binary Star with an Eagle, and you use his effect, you're hitting like 26. So, and then if you have like Fury Claw basically behind the 8K, or this guy, he's hitting a big number. Yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. If you want to give it a shot. Thank you for watching.